Hello? Can I be heard? Uh-oh, Girth Brooks. Here for the slams. Yeah, we're gonna do a little slamming today. Um, I haven't played guitar. I haven't played guitar in a good couple of weeks, and went to do some writing this morning just to like kind of get started for stream today. And boy, was it bad. It was real rough. So I figured it would be cool to do a mix today. Which with that, I was like, I have no idea what to mix. And so I ended up pulling up a super old song from one of my old bands and basically set it up so as if I was mixing some other band. Like I basically sent myself the stems for the song. And so we're gonna basically go through all that start to finish, potentially. I don't know how long it's gonna take. So yeah, I feel like that's gonna be pretty fun. Really, I'm just here for distractions while I dial in a usable drop G bass DI. It is difficult. It gets harder and harder the lower you go. Also, YouTube recommended me today an option to stream in a reel format as well, so we'll see how that goes. It looks kind of weird on my end. Like it seems like they just kind of zoomed in, which is odd. Got it sounding pretty good straight in, but I'm being picky. Yeah, I feel like a big thing with like getting good bass tones is just knowing what to do when. So for like, you know, breakdowns and stuff like that, obviously you want to be like hitting the strings really hard, as well as for like fast riffy parts. I usually hit pretty hard for those, but like choruses, held out notes, anything like drony, I typically hit pretty soft because like you get that pitch bend when you hit it harder. And you just end up getting like a lot of like upper harmonics that just like rattle out for like ever. In typical stream fashion, I got sheets beforehand and devoured a chicken sandwich and some french fries. And I told myself I need to try everything I can to make it sound sick before I give up and buy a Dingwall. Trying not to blame the gear like we tend to do to default to. Yeah, I mean, getting, like, if you're going for the Dingwall sound, it's pretty hard to get the Dingwall sound without having a Dingwall. What bass are you using? I would give everything for some Sheets right now. Sheets is real good. I eat a lot of their donuts. Like I love their just plain like glazed donut. The last few I've gotten though have been a little underwhelming. It's been a little bit of a bummer. After playing a Dingwall, I would have a hard time not using one if I wanted that tone. Yeah, it's kind of just built in. What a lot of people do is, if you do have like a different bass that you can swap out like the pickups and stuff, you could get the Dark Glass like preamp to toss into it, which is pretty good. Schecter Stiletto Stealth 5. Those look really cool. My wife wanted one of those for like a good while. Are you like separating your low end and top end? So you definitely want like that clean low end and gross top end, which we will definitely be talking about some bass tones today. Yeah, they're definitely not bad. I don't remember what bridge it has. We'll look that up. Oh yeah. It's like the single, like separated ones. If it helps at all, I'm pretty sure that's like very similar to what Dingwalls have. Which the bass player in the band that I play in, he has a D-Rock Dingwall, and I just set it up and like did some work on it a couple weeks ago, and the parts on that thing are super weird. Like I was not expecting things to function how they did. Yeah. I don't think I've ever encountered a bass that had just like simple you know, stuff to work on. Even like we used to have a like a Sterling Music Man thing, like a Stingray or whatever, and even like the stuff on that is super weird. I think the only one that like I liked was we used to have this like early 2000s Japan made Ibanez that had basically like it was very like reminiscent of the guitar bridge, like the Ibanez guitar bridge. Yeah, 160s is insane. Are those... I can't remember. Are the stilettos 35 inch or are they 34? I feel like they're 34, sadly. Taking a look. Yeah, they're 35. You might be able to get away with slightly smaller strings if you wanted. Like a 145 might be enough. $130 might be a little too floppy, but it would definitely like work. You just have to be pretty like cautious of your tuning. Alrighty. Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna work on a song from one of my old bands today, and pulling in the stems for this was like honestly kind of hilarious, because like thinking back on this song, I was like, man, there's like all sorts of noises, and I could have swore there was a ton of like vocal layers and stuff like that, and that is not the case. Like currently, like if I do a mix these days, it's usually like 80 to 150 tracks or something. Mostly because I'm a sloppy mess. But this the stems for this is only 14 tracks. Oh, hey, Cleben's here. We were just talking about basses. Snowbog has the Dingwall I was talking about. Simple and clean ass stems. I wouldn't say clean. These are so this song is from like I think like 2018 or something like that. So I was playing guitar for like a year or two at that point, and I had been recording for like a year, maybe two. So everything's a little rough. So let's go ahead and pop in. I'm gonna adjust this mic because it's super low. Hopefully that's not the worst noises you ever heard. There we go. Alright, so here we go. So there's drums, MIDI bass, a left and right guitar, which I'm actually going to go through and name these just to make my life a little easier. Drums, bass, guitar left, guitar right, and then we have like a lo-fi guitar, as I always do, and then we have a left and right lead. And we got some obnoxious bass drops. And snare hits. Another layer of snare hits. Which, while we go through this, I think I'm going to add a bunch more effects and stuff just to make it like hit even harder. This is like a when we were writing this song, I don't remember what the word is, but there's like a word for the basically the like fear of failure, and there's like a word for it. And so I text to speech on like Google and made a sample out of it. Vocal 1, vocal 2, and vocal 3. So that's all we got. It's just drums, bass, 2 guitars, 3 leads, bass drops, snare hits, a sample, and 3 vocals. So first we'll go ahead and get the drums kind of going. Just gonna start off with like a single library, and then later on we'll probably like hand select different samples and all that kind of stuff. I think when I wrote this, I was using Steven Slate drums. So if that tells you how long ago it was. Oh, is it like kind of already? Let's go ahead and turn everything else down because it's going to sound crazy. Are you guys able to hear hear Reaper? Doesn't look like it. No Reaper. Of course. It's alright. We've had to do this enough. I think I got it. How about now? Sick. Alright, so we just need to go through really quick and get some of these symbols in the correct place. We're probably going to go ahead and like mess with the drums. I just want to get kind of everything where it kind of should be. Freaking blast beats. Do you think the breakdowns are slow in this, or what do we think? Don't know what that is. What is the kick telling you? What do you need to know? Do you know the song, or? This shit fast. We'll see. I want a silly bell. Weird. The like mapping for the old like Stephen Slade drums was so weird. Yo. You quit using it because moving to easy and stuff was miserable. Yeah. It was like, back then it was all I had, so. Had to use what I had, I suppose. I didn't even know how to like program flams back then. I think a really valuable thing to show people is how to use quantization. I don't even know how to say that. Maybe give them a how-to on like making single notes into triplet notes. That goes kind of a long way if you can. I mean, it depends on how you want to do it. Like, everybody kind of does it a little different. At least with MIDIing drums, there's, at least in Reaper, there's just this thing down here, and you can just switch it to triplet, and now you have triplets. But that's basically all I do. For like, if I'm like editing like somebody played on an E-kit or something like that, I don't really, I don't do like the auto thing. Like, if you go up here and go to quantize, I don't really do that. I just do it by hand. Is there anything I'm excited about this year? Any new type of gear, plugins, VSTs? That's a very good question. Guess I'm pretty excited for Balaguer is supposed to be sending me a guitar to like check out. I don't think I've really seen any like plugins or anything that I'm like pumped about. But then again, I don't buy a lot of plugins. so slow. You can just buy Archetype, Gojira, Nolly, and Fortin Nameless and pretty much have every metal tone covered. Kinda, yeah, even just with Gojira. Like, it kinda just does it. And you don't have to, like, worry about it. Nutcracker Polychrome? I feel like I've heard of that. There is actually, I can't say what it is, sadly, but there is a plugin that's going to be coming out this year of something that I've demoed that I really like. It's going to be really cool. No, not to that extent. I'm not a kind of related to that. Not a big fan of like AI stuff, but have been doing a little looking into like basically with the neural amp modeler stuff, you can kind of like work with them and build your own plugin. So I think that's something eventually I might try and mess with. Alright, there's kind of the drums fixed a little bit. And we'll get the bass going. AI cover art is okay, but even that I'm like meh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, just hire somebody to do it and you'll probably get something like cool that doesn't have like a weird artifact to it. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with basically the go-to bass setup. Since that's just how I work with this bass. Specifically. I'm just cutting out or like toning down some low end and adding some extra clank before putting it into these tracks, since it's going to help me in the long run. And then we're going to get the low end situated, which hopefully you'll be able to hear. It's like the low end, so on some headphones and speakers and stuff like that, you might not be able to hear it. I'm just going to hit it with a medium attack and slow release. And then when you compress something, it adds some like harmonics, like distortion. So I ended up just cutting out that extra stuff that it like creates. So we just have a super clean, tight low end. Or at least as, tight as we can get it. The song is in drop F, so it's pretty low. But we are gonna add like just a hair of saturation to it, just to like fill it in once everything else comes in. I really like this preset. And that is the low end of the bass. Nice and clanky. I'm going to use a limiter to kind of control the level a little bit. What's that? Audio Assault Clank. Yep. Sure is. It's like $5 and it just works. And I really like just like the default setting, and I just turn the gain up a little bit. And then before the amp, I cut out a little bit of low end just so it's not like having a phase issue with the clean low end that we had already put together. Also doing this, I don't think I'm going to be able to reamp it just with routing and stuff. So we're probably just going to use Gojira as always, just because it's easy. And so with that in mind, I'm going to distort the mid-range of the bass with Gojira so it just blends in with the guitar really well. I'm just low pass and high passing it so it like just fits just in the mid range. I don't really need it to be doing anything else. Like maybe a little bit of low mid. Do the usual, cut a bit of 200 hertz just to clear up the low mids. forgot to make the kick drum consistent. Putting the kick drum like all the way at 100 sounds insane to me, so I always drop it, or 127, sorry. I always drop it down to like 100. Alright, now guitar time. I'm gonna do the stereo thing for now. And we'll kind of probably have to do some guitar tweaking later. Might even have to just retrack the guitars. So low. That's so funny. I'm just bringing in some of these noises and stuff. These are pretty funny. It's an anvil. vocals are so quiet. So like I had mentioned, this is like a year or two into recording and stuff like that, so I wasn't super good at getting like consistent levels and all that kind of stuff yet. It's like so all over the place. We're gonna go ahead with gain reduction. A lot of people don't like this plugin, but like I am crazy. Between misery and apathy, era Draven. What is that? What does that mean? I'm not sure. It's so weird working on this like smaller screen. I want to see, but I can't see. I'm gonna turn these other ones down so I can just focus on this main vocal. Throw these vocals into a bus so that way I can just hit all of them with one compressor. I really like this for this is like insane. I feel like I can hear the room that it was recorded in. feel like the guitars are so sloppy. At least for this type of thing. Could also even be the bass. So we're gonna take a look. I wouldn't at all doubt like the bass being put in super sloppy. Looks good. The guitars are definitely pretty rough. Gonna go ahead and go through really quick and just like make sure everything's like lined up a bit better. And like you can see right here, this guitar stops before this one, so we can just kind of nudge a little bit of it so it actually connects. Just make sure everything's starting right at the like correct times. When editing guitars, you basically want to line up the largest, like the first largest like transient of the guitar with the grid, and then this little piece before it is kind of like the pick just starting to touch the string, which makes it sound like a guitar. So if you remove that or put it too late, it just sounds funny. So I'm just going through really quick and making sure everything, see, like that's horrendous. It's so off. This should make it feel a lot more like tight and like impactful. It's like when coming into like a breakdown or just like a hard hitting part, if everything like hits at weird different times, it just sounds like soft and not as exciting. Also, this kind of works out really well because like this is something that has to be done pretty often. Like when a band will send me stems, they're not often edited. And like it doesn't have to be like every strum doesn't have to be perfect or anything. It just as long as it's close. Like if like you see like this kind of thing, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about that. I don't like it when things are before the beat. So if you have something that's like slightly late, it's not really an issue. I just don't like it when it's slightly before. But also I have a habit of just tweaking everything, because why not? Not gonna lie, I love editing guitar tracks. Yeah, it's like soothing. Also, this just shows how bad my timing was on guitar when I first started. Because this is probably also edited. Like, I probably tweaked these back then, but I didn't really know what I was doing. There was during the time I started recording, there was like a short period where it was kind of trendy to record an entire song like note by note. So on the first like Corpus album, there's definitely parts in there that are just like literally played one note, stopped, played the next note, stopped, played the next note, which was very time consuming and annoying and sounded hilarious. It's like the Rings of Saturn effect. Yeah, it was the norm back then. It was insane. I recorded a band at one point. Well, it was barely a band. It was like a dude, and he showed up to my house and he was like, "All right, let's start recording." And he didn't even bring a guitar. And so he had to use my guitar, and then he had written the entire like EP on Guitar Pro and didn't know how to play the songs, so we had to go through and record the entire EP note by note. And that was one of the most annoying experiences of my life. I think ever since then I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that anymore. It's that's too much work. You would have charged him so much money. I think at that point I was charging like $20 a song. Yeah, charge note by note. That is absolutely what I should have done. For every note you don't know how to play, I'm charging you $100. You'd be surprised how many scenarios I've been in where people come in and they don't know what they're doing, like what their part is. They don't know how to play it. Yeah, I don't understand it. And I mean, like, part of me is like, I mean, I guess it's fine because, like, at least when I work with bands and stuff like that, I try to, like, we end up kind of rewriting the song in some ways. And so it's like, there's like some leeway to be like, yeah, well, we changed this guitar riff. Of course, it's going to take you a couple minutes to, figure it out. But, like, yeah, the amount of people that just pull up and they're like, oh, I don't know, is it's pretty impressive. But also, you get some people that like can just kind of adapt to that kind of thing really quick and just play the thing without any practice, which is always impressive. Good lord. I'm sure this is probably the most exciting thing you've ever watched. Me just clicking. We're almost done, I promise. but should sound way better. I'll probably just have to use a pitch shifter, but we'll definitely do, recently I do like a bunch of guitar layers now, so we will probably add in some extra guitars just to make it sound extra gross, and then we'll definitely like add in some new samples and all that kind of stuff. I think back when I did this, like pitching your bass drops wasn't a thing, like making sure that your bass drops are in tune with the song, which doesn't play like that big of a role, but when you do that, it does just kind of add things to the mix, slash like kind of just gives you more room so you can add even more impacts and stuff like that to make it more exciting. Yeah, you just had like pretty much everybody just had one bass drop sample, and that's the only thing they used. I remember. So anyways, this is how I edit guitars. I just go through and nudge everything. Super exciting. The era of Boss RC1. I'm pretty sure that Brutality band that I listen to a lot, I'm pretty sure they are still using that pedal, which is insane. It's I'm sure you'd appreciate this, Kenny, but like it's really funny watching like newer bands now, like learning about that technology, like, oh, we could like get this pedal and it'll do bass drops for us like live. And I'm really excited to see them like a year from now figure out backtracks. I feel like a lot of the like hardcore scene is like that. Like everybody just like, I guess, doesn't realize how accessible it is these days. Because I mean, all you need is like a splitter cable, a phone, and like a little headphone amp. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to play to a click. I don't know why. Like, oh, you don't want your songs to sound like they do in recordings live. And I get like, having a live kind of presence to it, but you can still play it at the same tempo. But also, backtracks will bring in a whole extra element to a live show. Which that's kind of the way that I've always looked at it, is like you're putting on a show. Like you might as well use everything you possibly can to like enhance it. Panicking if there's issues. Yeah. Been there. Started on drums, so a click helps me even with guitar or vocals. Yeah, I mean, a click is just, it's a must-have, at least in my opinion. It's like I'm basically in the opposite boat of the issue back in the day. Like other people like could not play to a click, and I can't play without a click. I'm gonna laugh so hard if I just like butchered this. Just like didn't put things in the right spots. That would be funny. Wouldn't be the first time. That is the downside of just doing it by hand/eye. You're just writing a new song. Yeah. I'm just remixing it. Need to get one of those sample things so I can do like that. Which for Christmas I got my wife like one of these Stream Deck things, and she figured out how to put samples on it, and I really need to talk to her about that. I'm like so dumb when it comes to computers. I can you know, write a whole song and mix it in Reaper, but you take me out of Reaper and I'm lost. Even just like downloading video games onto my computer is like the most like nerve-wracking thing for some reason. All right, we did it. Guitars are edited. Let's see if it sounds better. Definitely sounds a bit better. I'm noticing that the vocals are definitely not aligned very well. We're gonna go ahead and mess with those a hair. That is something. It's funny how like just the littlest amount of like time difference just really messes it up. That ain't quite right. Don't want that breath in there. So much like spitty sounds. It's so funny. Love that little extra noise that keeps popping up. I think I actually want that other vocal on top. Is it bad that I still love Beatdown? No. It's awesome. Cool. Alright, so we have everything now functioning as they should be. I guess Nope. Is something not functioning? Am I in trouble? Alright, let's do, before we get too heavy into mixing stuff and all that, let's go ahead and do some guitar thingies. I'm just gonna have to pitch my guitar down, was that two semitones? Hopefully this doesn't sound too bad. I haven't changed my strings in a little bit. Trying to remember what I recorded this like EP with. I feel like it still might have been I had a Stephen or Stephen Carpenter LTD 8-string, so I'm pretty sure that's what I used. I think that's the riff, right? What is that? So for an F, it's F. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I think I got it. What was... Do you ever not edit stuff so much to get a more natural feel, or is this just for demoing? It kind of depends. If I'm doing like, it kind of just depends on like the style of music, I guess. Cause like with like the style of music that I typically write, like this like heavier stuff, I like it when it's like super unnaturally tight. Um, but I mean, if I'm doing something more like, say, like thrashy or something, I don't really edit too much, unless it's something that I just like at the time cannot play as good as it needs to be. So it's like, it kind of just depends. It also depends on the part of the song too. Like a lot of like strummy stuff, I'm not gonna like go through and, you know, edit every single strum of a, 1 minute part that's just a ton of strumming. Same with like tremolo picking. I feel like tremolo picks sound hilarious if you edit them like that. But like super tight, chuggy stuff that's like meant to be hyper tight. Yeah, I go a little crazy on it. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and see how this sounds. Like detuning it, it definitely sounds like it's a bit dull, adding in the fact that my strings are pretty dead. So we're gonna see how this sounds, and then either keep the original guitars and then just add layers on the bottom, or if this sounds better than the originals, we'll just replace it. Might need a click, which I don't like. I don't want you guys to have to listen to that, so I'm gonna see if I can remember how to set it up so you don't have to. Pretty sure I can just turn that off and send it to my headphones. Alright, I have click. Do you guys have click? We can need a slightly thicker pick to hopefully pick up more pick attack, because this is so dull sounding. Oh, I clipped. Or at least almost clipped. No click. Good. Good. I love it when you just hit one note that's like hella off. Should probably mute that so it doesn't get super confusing. Look, pitch shifting sounds so funny to me. I don't know what it is. Yeah, the pitch shifting makes it sound not great. I also feel like I'm hitting like I feel like I was playing like some sort of weird chord. Is it just me that hears that? There's like a... something in there. I'm hitting some sort of note. Huh. Yeah, it's like some sort of like minor. So interesting. All right, so we're gonna, in that case, we'll leave the main thing because I have no idea what that note that I'm hitting there is. I really like the HM2 pedal in this, so we're gonna run that into here. See how that sounds. Yeah, it's... that sounds nice and gross. This part should be easy. Oh, there was an open there at the end. Whoops. And again. I think I'm going to record these parts separately, just so it sounds a little cleaner. Just kidding. I'm gonna have to cut out those like sliding noises though. It's the downside of using like a different pedal. I guess I could just turn this gate up. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Should be fine then. I don't know, man. My playing is so bad today, jeez. Like, since like the holidays and stuff like that, I haven't like touched my guitar practically. Weird. So silly. Super sloppy, but you know. Gotta have at least that part right on. Alright, and we will do some octave guitars. You have to be kind of careful with those since this is already like super low. I think they're just going to be kind of subtly, like very, very subtly in there. Is that low enough? Good lord. The amount of latency with that is kind of insane. I might have to... I could probably use the pitch shifter, like the pedal in here. Even though I feel like it sounds weird sometimes, but... Gotta do what we gotta do, right? Sounds pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty thick. That was weird. Bit off. Whoops. Late again. Almost there. the latency from the pitch shifter on this like tracking track is insane. Just wanted to say thanks for commenting Lunar Black. The new 0.8 size. Yeah, the 0.8s are so good. I got the Neural DSP Fortin Natus suite, and you're loving it. Oh, recommending. Yeah. I'm trying to remember if I've tried the Natus. I feel like if I looked at it, I'd probably remember. Oh yeah, I think I tried that one like a really long time ago. Cause the Natus was basically just the Randall Satan, like they made it prior. I think I tried the plugin, cause I like a really long time ago I was looking at buying a Fortin Satan Randall Satan on Marketplace. And I'd like tried the plugin and I was just like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I ended up buying the actual amp, which I eventually sold, but I actually might be getting it back soon, which would be really sick. I really liked that amp. My gripe with it though was like it wasn't super versatile, which at the time I needed like stuff that was versatile because I only had like a couple of amps. Alright, there's our octave guitars. Yeah, I'm noticing that it's a little bit of a one-trick pony. Yeah, sadly, I feel like a lot of that stuff is. Even the, I have the Nameless suite, which I use, like, pretty often, but that is also, like, kind of just, it is what it is, and you can't really, do, like, tons with it. Even though, like, in theory, like the reason that I got it was I was like, all right, well, I mean, it's based on like a Marshall thing. I should be able to kind of go crazy with that since like real modded Marshalls, which granted I haven't played the Meshuggah amp, but like typical modded Marshalls are very like versatile, which is like my favorite thing about them. But yeah, that one's like not too handy, sadly. I'm not going to go through and like fully edit these. I'm just kind of probably going to just nudge these guys. Okay. Just so like during these held out notes, they're in the right spot. Not going to worry about like the finer details. So they're Close-ish. What is my camera doing? Oh, the battery's gonna die. That's not good. Let's see if I can fix that really quick. I thought I had it wired up for the like the dummy battery, but I guess not. Whoops. Let me see if I can find that really quick. Yeah, I'm loading. Let's see if I can fix that. What is it doing now? Alright, I think we're just about there. RIP camera, yeah. Alright, now that's working. Hey, look at that. Why is this one not working? What the heck? Yeah, I don't know why that Oh! Why am I so big? There we go. Alright, we're back in business, I think. That was dumb. Yeah, I totally forgot to put the dummy battery in, so that way it just wasn't running off battery and was just plugged straight into the wall, basically. Do I ever record with real amps, or are the Sims just as good these days? I mean, anytime I'm doing like a like recording that's gonna be released, or if I'm like mixing a band or anything like that, um, yeah, I use real amps for all that stuff. For writing, like if I'm just like trying to write a song, I just use plugins. Um, yeah, most like main stuff that's actually gonna get released gets reamped, or I just record it with an amp. But I mean, yeah, like you can definitely just get away with plugins. Like there's definitely nothing wrong with using a plugin at this point. Like in a recording, you really can't tell. Do I use a pedal board? Not really. I just kind of put pedals on my like little side table here as I need them. But like I definitely use pedals going into amps and stuff. Amps will always be better. Real amps are irreplaceable. I use plugins because of my housing situation. I have a small 2-bedroom in a crowded complex. Yeah, that is definitely the downside, is they're loud. The good thing though, you can get like a load box, which definitely has saved my life a ton. Yeah, if you're looking for like to get super unique sounds, I would definitely highly recommend real amps. But I mean, if you're just trying to get like, you know, 5150 with a tube screamer, you're like just download a plugin. They're pretty much just as good in that realm. Because I feel like the 5150 has just been like they've made so many plugins, or like so many plugins have been made of that amp that like I guess it's just they got practice, you know. It's been thoroughly figured out. Currently, I'm just running through and clearing out some like empty space just so there's like zero, you know, string noise or anything like that. Not entirely necessary, but I just like it to be quiet when it's supposed to be quiet. If you had to pick one amp, what would it be? Gun to your head type choice. Um, does it have to be an amp that I own currently? Like is my house getting robbed and they're like, hey, you got to keep one of these and that's it? Or is it just like any amp ever? Because if it was like one of my amps, I'd probably go with the Grain of Fire. Like I feel like it's the most like well-rounded, and it can pretty much do whatever I need it to do, aside from like I guess clean tones, which I mean I don't really care. It's fine. Um, any amp ever? Probably like maybe like a Gower uh Gower what is it? Cali or whatever. Those are so good. It's like just Gower modded Marshall, but it like it gets super extreme, but also still has like a really nice clean and everything. Can be dialed back. Dream amp. Probably the Gower. Those things are expensive because you have to like, in order to get one, you have to basically buy a Marshall and then send it to him, which I think he's in like somewhere in Europe, maybe like Spain or something. And you know, getting things shipped over there and all that stuff. So like one of those would be probably pretty high on the list. I really liked it. Guess maybe more of a realistic dream amp, even though like that's not, I suppose, the most unrealistic thing ever. But like the pretty much the last amp I'm trying to get into my collection is a Skeleton Key from Monomyth. It's kind of like all I'm missing at the moment. Alright, so now that we got that stuff in there, I kind of want to go through the drums and just like adjust some of the MIDI, like make like the kick drums during the super fast parts vaguely more realistic. Maybe add some fills and all that kind of stuff. Didn't you borrow one, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, I like my buddy Dalton. He has one, so he has both the Gower and the Skeleton Key, which when I had to give him back the Skeleton Key, I held on to it for dear life. I did not want to let it go. Honestly, my dream amp is a Framus Cobra. Played one years ago, and they were the hype. Also, the Lischlerm. If anyone's handing one out. Yeah, the Cobras are really cool. Like, that's probably one of the, like, I don't know, it's just a super, super fun amp to play. Downside being is they're pretty problematic. I guess, like, the issue that they commonly have isn't, like, too hard to fix, but it always happens. There's, like, some sort of, like, board in there that, like, melts or something. I can't fully remember what it is, but just pretty much, like, all of them have had to have this, like, little piece replaced. Can I tell what amp you're hearing when listening to bands? No, not even close. I feel like that's like maybe occasionally you can like spot, like you'll listen to something and you're like, huh, that definitely sounds like this. Especially like, but like over the past like 10 years or something like that, with or I guess probably more than 10 years, with just so many different boosts and stuff being around, it like figuring out the combo is almost impossible. But there are some albums and stuff like that where you kind of hear it and you can kind of tell. Like there's I don't remember what album it is, but I think it's a Chimera album from like back in the day that they use like 6505 or something, or 5150 with no boost. and like, I don't know, just it definitely sounds like that. Gotta offset these tom hits so that way it just sounds a little larger and more realistic. Makes such a big difference. I think this is supposed to be a closed hi-hat. I loved Black Dahlia Murder's first album, which we used a triple rec, but after that they went to 5150 and I can't hear the melodies clearly, and it kind of ruined the band for me. That is a interesting take. I feel like going the other way would usually give that result. I feel like rectifiers are usually more like muddy. I mean, they could be using like 5150 with no boost or something, and then yeah, you kind of end up in that scenario. Also take an MLC 0100, or if I can find the Vogue signature head. I had the 93 for a little bit. Very interesting head. I liked it a lot, but it was definitely like odd. Yeah, the Silnods one. I think Dahlia also used triple X's. I feel like triple X would make a lot of sense for them. Give me a Mark 4. Mark 4 or an Angle Savage. I'll be set. I haven't tried an Angle Savage yet. Trying to remember if I played a Mark 4. Definitely played a Mark 7. I think that's it. And then the 2C Plus. Triple X is definitely a very cool amp. The only thing I didn't like about that amp is the like input. So when boosting it, it like can get overloaded pretty easy, which is kind of a bummer, but you just turn the volume down on the pedal and you're good. I've always wanted a 2C Plus. I didn't really care for it, honestly. Obviously, that's just my preference. I'm sure tons of people love it, but spent like a good bit of time with it, and like I totally like I really liked it in theory, like the whole like basically the preamp section being like a boost pedal essentially. And then that EQ at the end being like what actually fully shapes everything. But like maybe the new like the reissue might be better, but the one that I like was doing, which was an original C plus, the knobs were just like too touchy, and so like it was just like a pain to dial in, and then if you sneeze near it, they go out. My biggest gripe with mine is how quiet they are between the effects loop changing the volume and also the gain setting being active really kills the volume if you can't figure out how to balance it. For the Triple X, I don't think I ever like tried to crank my Triple X, weirdly enough. I think the drums are good enough for now. I have an itch for single channel heads that just do the thing. That Calypso head you have really piques my interest. Yeah, the Calypso stuff is really cool. I like it. It just it does do the thing, that is for sure. The Darkest Nightmare is also single channel. That one's a lot of fun. The Granifier is single channel. I have that Sloan 50 watt, which is also single channel. I also kind of prefer single channels. I don't really mess with like leads and stuff like that. I guess like having the 2-channel rectifier is cool because like the orange channel is like nice. Like it's a good like high gain option, and it's like different enough from the red channel. So I do appreciate that. I like having some extra options in there, but I feel like most of the time I don't end up liking like the like quote unquote crunch channel of stuff, unless it's like the 5153 stealth 50 watt that I have. When I first got that, I like only ever played on the red channel, and I was like, I like it, but I'm not crazy about it. And then after a while, I started playing on the blue channel just to like, you know, see what was going on, and found out that I like the blue channel way more than the red channel. Or is it green? You know, the crunchy whatever channel. I like that one a lot. Do I ever make / listen to punk / hardcore style music? Not really. Like I can't think of any bands that I listen to or anything that are punk or hardcore. I feel like I listen to a couple bands that say they're hardcore bands, but they're definitely not. Who the hell's calling me? Calypso, Flesh Rot, and The Wretched Beast I found on your channel. I like supporting smaller companies, and I think This Heavy Earth is here in Oregon. Is he in Oregon? That's probably right. I think so. Yeah, I definitely also highly prefer doing stuff with like smaller brands and stuff, and especially since like a lot of the smaller brands that I've worked with have been infinitely better than some of the larger brands that I've worked with. Like This Heavy Earth stuff is just kind of top of the line. Is this what I need? I don't think this is what I need. Yeah, Portland. That will work. Catalan bread. Actually, just that explains why I have one of those pedals. A couple months ago, I was like just trying stuff out, and I was talking to Shay from This Side of the Earth, and he sent me that Impaler pedal, which I love. Like, I'm a huge fan of that pedal. When he sent me that, he also sent me I think it's a Catalan or whatever, the Vario Boost. And that explains why he sent me that, because if they're buddies locally, that makes sense. My favorite noise ever. Though I weirdly don't like the swell. Whoa. It has like a fade in that I'm not a fan of. Heading in some snare bombs. Thoughts on Knocked Loose, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to. Is that the most recent album? I feel like I haven't listened. Let me check out the album cover, and I'll tell you whether I listened to it or not. Knocked Loose is cool. I played a show with them like when their first EP came out back forever ago. Oh yeah. Okay. The one with the cross on it. Yeah, that album is like super cool. I like, for a little bit there I didn't listen to them because like I don't know, they were trying to do like the like super hardcore-y thing, and like I don't know, it was just a little corny to me. And then they started like implementing a bunch of like noises and getting more like gross with their guitars and all that kind of stuff, like leaning into being like heavy. I think like my biggest thing with like heavy music is like if I'm gonna listen to heavy music, I want it to be like very heavy, or I'll, and like, you know, if I'm in the mood to listen to that, then I listen to it. Or I'll just listen to something that's like not heavy. I don't know if that makes sense. Or I end up listening to a lot of like the production doesn't matter too much. Cause like for instance, I really like the Acacia Strain, which I mean they still have that kind of like hardcore-y, like raw-esque sound. Like they don't go super crazy with production, but I really like that band. But they lean into, you know, being heavy. Yeah, that sounds about right, tone-wise. My buddy's band, so they record with Will Putney. My friend Chris, his band records with Will Putney as well, and they do like a similar kind of thing. Need like a kick hit. Is this the one that I need? The downside to setting up like things So like I can hear them, like the click is it messes up like my computer audio. So when I'm trying to find samples, it's like such a hassle. Sound like a fart. That'll work. Not quite. I take it back. One of these has to be it. That'll do. I think. I feel like it doesn't have enough attack. Being able to hear these is definitely a pain. Let's see about this one. That looks way too long. Pretty cool though. Sorry. I'm gonna do the thing. You can just make the first hit of the kick drum a little harder. That also helps. I think it is time to start getting into some mixing stuff. So what I like to do at first is do like a mini master bus with the drums, bass, and guitar. So I can get those all like kind of glued together and see if they're working well. And that was not what I meant to send. And I feel like this like definitely is like a lot of the sound that like when you're listening to music that you're kind of like used to hearing. It just like, I don't know, has a specific character to it. Once we get it going, I think it'll make sense. So first we're gonna kind of compress a little bit. With that compression, I'm just looking for it to like kind of sit in between 0 and 4 and just kind of stay there without doing anything crazy. And this is just kind of like, makes it sound a little more exciting. I feel like it brings up the mid-range a little bit. This makes it, brings the sides out so it sounds a little wider. This is a preset for the vocals that I've been using for like, I don't know, the past like year or something, just as like kind of a starting point. The new Pro Q4, I think it came out like early last year or something like that, or maybe even the year before. I don't know. But basically it has like Soothe built in. So it's like taking out all the gross stuff and then kind of bringing it back up while making it sound like smoother and less like harsh. But in this case, I feel like it's like scooping it too much and making it a little too sizzly. It had some peaks and stuff that I kind of wanted to grab with this limiter. Just like super fast stuff. Want to focus the like HM2E sound to be a little more just like mid-focused and poking out. Sounds like it's fighting with the octave guitars, so we'll kind of like adjust the top end of the octave to like work better with it. crazy how good the Gojira plugin sounds with basically everything. Yeah, I mean, it kind of just works. Granted, it's literally just a 5150, like, which I mean, I feel like the 5150 in real life just kind of works. Like it's like a workhorse. I feel like almost every heavy band in the heavier scene has used the 5150 at some point. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it also it helps that at one point, like getting a 5150 or a 6505 was the cheap like option, I guess, for gear. Like that was just kind of like the most reasonable thing to get. Cause I mean, at one point buying like a 5150 was like you could get them typically for like $500 used or something. Now everybody sells them for like $1,200, which is absurd. Are the two heavy amp heads in the Gojira plugin just the 5150 green and red? I've always kind of wondered that because like I almost get more of a like triple X kind of vibe out of this. I don't know, I like couldn't explain why. Yeah, I don't know that it would be like green and red. Cuz I feel like this is almost closer to I guess it is probably. This one is probably the red, but like I don't think this is quite right for the blue channel or the crunch. Yeah, I'm not sure. Getting some crazy low mid build up. bass sounds so dull. Now that we cleaned up that low mid, like, you can hear the like sloppiness in the guitars of the ones that I tracked like extra. I feel like that's kind of like the downside, is like with tuning this low, you have to like kind of tighten up the tone a lot, and then it like almost clears up too much, and then that's when you start noticing that it's like off. I can't die, complex the world, everything overwhelms me, I must escape, please help me. My crippling panic is what deficiency all of my failures laid out in front of me. Depression, fucking agony. I am worthless, I can't do that. I am worthless, I can't do this. Every day this played out bullshit. A prisoner in my own head. If this is my life, then I'm better off dead. I do think these drums are a good like bass line. I'm not super crazy about the crashes in China, so we're gonna swap those out with the different kit. I do like the hi-hat, and then I think the shells just kind of need some sort of like reinforcement. So we'll just copy paste this into another track. And I think the probably grab the cymbals from the RS Drums Fairview. I like those a lot. Loading. So I'll just go ahead and unload all the stuff we don't need. And we might just have to remap them. Sure. How do I like this kit so far? The RS Drums one? Been using this one for like 2 years. And I definitely am a very big fan of it. Oh my god. What is happening there? That's funny. Actually, we don't need the hi-hat. So I like the hi-hat in the other one. Don't need that. That should be closed hi-hat. Alright. So this should be left crash, I think. This should be right crash. What's that supposed to be? Right. Which I actually took the right out as well. Cool. Alright, now we'll definitely add in a pingy snare, because obviously legally have to. Every mix I've done, pretty much ever, has had a super like pingy snare. Today we will grab. I still haven't upgraded my contact, so guess we could go with the Monarch one. See how that sounds in the mix. The snare is like obnoxious. Buh. Loading. That might work. That's not a snare. Seems like on its own it sounds cool, but that's not the one. Okay, True Bones. We're currently picking out a pingy snare. The J. Weinberg kit also has a couple. It's loud. I like the ring of that a lot. The ring is cool. I think that I know the move here. We're going to take the snare, this sample, and remove it from like the fills and the blast beats. A little too slow. There is like a frequency that I want to cut out. That's like super poking out. It's like a weird room thing. Like it has like a good attack, but I don't really need the sample for the attack. I just want that like ring. also some sort of like woody, like low mid or something. Might be wringing out a hair too long. I'm not feeling that snare. TBH. It's just not like fitting right. What else do I have? I know there's a pingy one in here as well. I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think that's way better. Ew. Gotta have the ping. Wonder if that one will actually work with the blast beats or not. Guess we could just re-edit this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's gross. I like that one way, way more. Usually I would sidechain the bass to the kick drum, but I don't think it's like, I don't think they're interrupting each other enough for it to be a problem. Like I'm still clearly hearing like each like low end of the kick drum like hit. vocals need kind of space. They're feeling very dry. So we'll end up sending them to just like some side buses so I can add reverb and delay without like having to fight with like a mix knob.
Everything overwhelms me. I must escape. Please help me. I cannot cope with the world. Everything overwhelms me. I must escape. Please help me. I have succumbed to my addiction, leaving nothing.
Just don't have enough like space. One, two.
Nothing but this. I cannot cope with the world. Everything overwhelms me. I must escape. Please help me. Failures waiting in front of me. Panic, depression, fucking agony.
Oh, that explains why it was so loud.
All of my failures waiting in front of me. Panic, depression, fucking agony. I am worthless. I can't do that. I am worthless. I can't do this. Every day this played out bullshit. A prisoner in my own head. If this is my life, then I'm better off dead. Up with the world, everything overwhelms me. I must escape. Please help me. Up with the world, everything overwhelms me. I must escape. Please help me. My crippling panic is my deficiency. All of my failures laid out in front of me. Panic, depression, fucking agony. I am worthless. I can't do that. I am worthless. I can't do this. Every day this played out bullshit. A prisoner.
We'll add some saturation just to kind of like make it sound even more aggressive, but also it'll kind of smooth out that like spitty top end even more.
deficiency. All of my failures lay out in front of me. Panic, depression, fucking agony. I am worthless. I can't do that. I am worthless. I can't do this. Every day this played out bullshit. A prisoner in my own head. If this is my life, then I'm better off dead.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I leave it up. You'll be able to watch it after. So I'm gonna take some of these like third vocal things and move them into these new 2 tracks that I'm gonna pan left and right. So that way I can make some fake, like mimic more vocal layers, because I wish there were more. What bands have I been in? I mean, nothing like big. I was in a band called Corpus. We've Been Compromised. I'm currently in a band called Dread. Epilogue, Gravehelm, Lourdes. Did I already say Lourdes? I don't know. A couple randoms. Gonna see if this works. Can't say for certain that it will, but what is... Okay. This one is too long.
I can't die.
It's not making a huge difference, but
everything overwhelms me. I must escape. Please help me. My crippling panic is my deficiency. All of my failures waiting in front of me. Panic, depression, fucking agony. I am worthless. I can't tell that.
how often do I stream? Pretty much just like once a week on Wednesdays. That's about it so far. Like I do kind of want to do some more, but currently just once a week.
I can tell that I am worthless. I can't do this. Every day this played out bullshit. I bet I know in my own head. If this is my life, then I'm better off dead. I don't have the strength. All that's left is dread. I'm better off dead. I'm dead.
Add some clipping to the final master bus. See if that like balances everything out.
Action, leaving nothing but this. I can't die, come with the world. Everything overwhelms me. I must escape. Please help me. My crippling panic is my deficiency. All of my failures waiting in front of me. Panic, depression, fucking agony. I am worthless. I can't tell that I am worthless.
Well, there isn't reamps and stuff, but it's kind of. Oh, I turned off the reverb and stuff on the vocals. Whoops.
I have succumbed to my addiction, leaving nothing but this. I have succumbed to my addiction, leaving nothing but this. I can't die, come with the world, everything overwhelms me. I must escape, please help me.
So pretty much from here, I think I would reamp the guitars. Slash, ideally, I'd probably just set up my guitar for drop F and retrack them, because I feel like I don't want them to be more like fizzy or anything. I just want them to have more attack, which I think is just from dead strings or kind of not the best playing. I think that would help a lot. But other than that, I think it sounds pretty cool. And I think it is about time for me to hop off. This was definitely a lot of fun. I kind of just put this together today because, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I haven't played guitar in a couple of weeks, and so I was trying to write a little bit earlier, and it just was not. I was having a bad time. Just have not practiced enough. So I threw this together, so that way we could have some fun mixing, and hopefully you guys were able to pick up some tricks and stuff like that. I didn't talk too much about what I was doing today, but wasn't doing anything super crazy. I'm sure you've noticed I don't do a lot of compressing and stuff like that, since normal drum libraries these days and high gain guitar tones and all that kind of stuff is already super compressed. So a lot of the time, if I do compression, I do a parallel compression. And yeah, I think that's a big thing that people often overdo is compression, and they mess it up, and that ends up sounding super weird. Holy crap. Almost 4 hours today. That's insane. Alright, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I think next week I'm gonna try and see if I can reamp while streaming. Because the main issue would be, for instance, my mic gets picked up by OBS using just the first input on my interface, or actually no, sorry, second interface input is my microphone. And so if I did reamp, I would be worried about it more so coming through my microphone or that kind of thing, instead of you hearing it through Reaper. Because if I did do some reamps if I did do reamps on stream, I'd probably do it with a load box, so that way you could hear me talk and explain what I'm doing, and then we could just use IRs. So yeah, I have to mess with that kind of thing and see if that's possible or not. And then, because currently I can record guitar and it's fine, so not sure. So I'll have to mess with that, and then we'll see if we can maybe do some reamps next week, and then potentially finish this up. And if not, then we'll probably do some write another song. I've been having a lot of fun, just riffing. But yeah, and I will see you guys. I should have a video up Friday, hopefully. So I will see you Friday with that, and then next Wednesday we will be doing some stuff again. And yeah, I shall see you guys later.